Men spend their whole lives believing they need to be more agreeable to get what they want from a woman. But being agreeable was never the problem. The problem is what happens inside you the moment you need something. The body contracts. The voice loses firmness. The eyes reveal anxiety. You give away power without noticing. The trick is not to manipulate women. The trick is to control the psychological stimulus that activates respect, attention, and cooperation in them. Whoever understands this stops begging and starts directing. There is a recurring conflict in the modern man. He acts well, speaks well, behaves well, but when it's time to ask, he begs. It's subtle, but it destroys everything. Breathing speeds up. The face tightens. The sentence carries invisible justifications, and in that exact moment, your value collapses. She notices the hesitation before you finish the sentence. For you, it's a detail. For her, it's a signal of disadvantage, neediness, insecurity hidden beneath politeness. Communication breaks, interest drops. Respect fades. You didn't lose because you asked wrong. You lost because you asked without grounding. The hidden emotional error lies in intention. You ask to please. You ask to be accepted. You ask to appear kind and deserving. That intention destroys the request. When you try to be seen as good, you place yourself below. When you seek approval, you lose direction. A woman does not respond to the request itself. She responds to the emotional position from which the request comes. And neediness always leads to loss of power. Robert Cialdini described a principle that defines this entire game: consistency and silent authority. Humans respond more to alignment between action and presence than to words. Women sense when a man asks to please, and when he asks because he knows what he's doing. They follow internal firmness, not politeness used to compensate insecurity. Silent authority is not shouting, it is not wavering. In 2022, University of Virginia researchers showed women detect male microtensions, voice hesitation, rhythm breaks, doubt, in seconds. Her body reads your body before her mind processes logic. That's why men do everything right, yet lose strength the moment they need something. This video reveals the invisible mechanism that makes her trust, cooperate, and align her rhythm to yours. It has nothing to do with tricks or lines. It has everything to do with direction, presence, and internal state. You thought you needed to be nicer. In reality, you needed to be more inevitable. Imagine the difference between two men. One asks as if hoping for permission. The other asks as someone who knows what he wants and knows where he's going. The first shrinks his own value. The second expands the space around him. A woman feels this instantly. This video will show you how to replace anxiety with grounding, how to take weight off the words and put weight into presence, how to turn communication into a force that leads rather than begs. From here on, each chapter dissects a piece of this mechanism. What destroys your presence? What strengthens your direction? What makes a woman not only accept but want to follow your leadership? You'll understand what no one explained before. It's not she who decides to cooperate. Your emotional center activates her response. Controlling this is what separates the ordinary man from the man who gets what he wants. The silent mistake that makes you lose before you start is simple. There's a behavior that corrodes masculine presence before interaction even begins. Validation before asking. The mind asks, will she like it? Am I bothering her? Am I being inconvenient? This internal dialogue creates micro-tensions that leak through the body. The gaze hesitates, breathing shortens. Sentences fill with explanations meant to soften impact. The female unconscious reads this as insecurity. Attraction doesn't disappear because of what you say, but because your body reveals you're placing yourself beneath her. Before the first verb, the hierarchy is already set. Observe your body before speaking. If your chest tightens, if your voice rises, if your rhythm accelerates, you've already lost the interaction. Regaining control of this moment is regaining your presence. There's a biological reason men fail to understand sudden disinterest. The female brain processes social signals with higher sensitivity, especially when value asymmetry exists. She's not seeking perfection, she's seeking emotional stability. Evolution trained women to detect who dominates their internal environment within seconds. An emotionally disorganized man, even if intelligent and well-meaning, triggers warning signals. That's why voice modulation, tempo, and micro-expressions matter. When you speak with stable rhythm, relaxed face, and natural pauses, her brain reads safety. And safety is the prerequisite for interest. Watch what happens to men who rush closeness. They believe showing accessibility fast creates acceptance. It doesn't. Instant accessibility destroys tension. And without tension, attraction collapses. Connection isn't born from closeness. It's born from rhythm. Real connection appears when there is pause, space, and timing. When she takes a step and you take one back. Closeness alone creates comfort, not desire. Rhythm creates polarity. The application is simple. The one-step, pause, one-step method. Move forward with clarity. Pause so she can absorb. Move forward again. This balance signals leadership, not impulse. Science confirms it. In 2019, Columbia University researchers found women rate men with low emotional reactivity as more attractive and trustworthy in brief interactions. What kills interest isn't lack of conversation, charisma, or looks. It's reactivity, rushed responses, miscalibrated intensity. Showing the emotional environment controls you. Train this in the first minutes. Lower your initial energy. Speak slightly less than you feel like. Don't respond instantly to compliments or provocations. Everything converges into a foundation method, the first layer protocol. It filters value before words matter. First, speak less than you want. Silence creates weight. Second, remove justifications. Justifying signals insecurity. Third, hold neutral posture before reacting. Measure the environment. Fourth, use pauses as authority, not hesitation. When these elements combine, presence turns into silent power. And silent power makes her adjust to your rhythm. Your energy begins to lead. That's when the dynamic starts to shift in your favor. The invisible law behind cooperation is simple. When a man asks already believing he's at a disadvantage, he enters defeated. That inner posture creates an emotional negotiation her body detects instantly. She feels you want more than you offer, that you seek to receive before demonstrating value, that your intention is born from need, not direction. Disinterest becomes automatic. Reversal doesn't require force or persuasion. It requires assertive communication that repositions the dynamic in seconds. When you ask with naturalness, rhythm, and clarity, she senses you know what you want, not that you're extracting something from her. Women don't follow men who ask permission to exist. They follow men who move with direction, even in silence. This isn't romance, it's evolutionary psychology. Direction shapes response before logic enters. Posture, gaze, and tone signal whether you have a path. Not a speech about purpose, a path. You don't explain direction, you embody it. That's why intention must be direct, without justification or excessive politeness. Direction is silent language, not a motivational lecture. A woman reacts not to your words, but to your axis, how you occupy emotional space and hold alignment when tone shifts. Axis is the way you hold your energy, the way body and mind stay aligned even when the interaction shifts. A man with axis doesn't raise his voice, prove himself, or over-explain. He exists in a way the environment adjusts to him. To build this state, slow the body. Use block breathing, decelerate movement. Focus attention in the center of the chest, not on her reactions. When the body drops into this state, presence changes instantly. Research confirms what intuition already knows. In 2020, University of Toronto researchers showed women detect male emotional instability in under 0.7 seconds by posture and rhythm alone. Your arguments only matter if the body passes first. Eliminate emotional negotiation, excessive gestures, rushed speech, nervous laughter. The body communicates value before the mouth explains it. The secret isn't indirect command. It's implicit command, moving the interaction without asking permission. 3 steps. A short statement pointing to movement, normalization that makes it natural, and continuation without checking for approval. Come here for a minute. Move, sit here, make space. Your energy leads without pressure. This works for invitations, dates, even brief interactions. Tone, rhythm, and nonverbal carry the power. If you want to go deeper and learn advanced seduction strategies built on real psychology, not internet tricks, there is a refined system designed to reprogram presence, emotional reading, and female response. It's called the Code of Seduction, a direct system for men who want to convert presence into psychological power and direction. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Now the final mistake that makes men sabotage everything: revealing intention before revealing value. Men believe instant sincerity builds trust. In reality, it kills mystery, reduces impact, and exposes vulnerability before it's earned. Early intention signals urgency. Urgency always signals need. A woman doesn't pull away because of desire, but because of how desire is expressed. The rule is precise: hide intention without hiding presence. Let atmosphere speak first. Intention should emerge as a consequence of value, not as a request for validation. There is a biological filter guiding how women respond, and few men recognize it. Female reciprocity is selective, not random. Women respond more to men who combine perceived value with behavioral scarcity. This isn't about being unavailable, it's about not giving yourself fully without being invited. Total availability kills reciprocity. Total distance kills connection. The balance is strategic availability. You show presence without dissolving into it. You offer interest without surrendering control. The ratio is simple. Give 30%, let her move the remaining 70%. This space generates attraction and opens cooperation. You don't convince a woman. You make her feel the idea was hers. The female mind seeks emotional coherence, not logical pressure. Argue when she closes. Create atmosphere and pause, and she opens. This is the inverted mirror technique. You present a possibility, then step back. Let her fill the emotional space left by you. This removes weight from your intention and triggers in her the feeling of choice. When she feels she chose, she engages. The method is direct. Suggest lightly, insinuate subtly, let her confirm, and you guide. Science backs this. In 2018, Stanford researchers showed confident posture, paced tone, and behavioral scarcity increased acceptance by 42% in brief interactions. This isn't seduction, it's perception engineering. Your body signals whether you can be followed or need support. Rhythm tells if you lead or beg. Posture signals whether she should open space or raise barriers. Train these three before any interaction. Stand in front of a mirror. Align your spine. Slow your speech. Generate pauses. Non-verbal training ensures your words do not have to fight for authority. Everything converges into a single strategy, the Agar door trick. Used by elite negotiators, it produces natural, consistent results when applied to seduction. The technique works like this. Plant a seed of intention without explanation or argument. Simply insert the possibility into the environment. Then create brief distance. Let her mind elaborate the proposal without pressure. Next, return with clarity, firmness, and simplicity. At that moment, she no longer feels she's giving in. She feels she's participating in a choice. This eliminates resistance, generates desire, and transforms cooperation into a natural response. She gives you what you want because she feels she wants it too. When you apply this mechanism, everything changes. The weight moves from words into presence. Requests stop being acts of need and become inevitable invitations. The dynamic works not because of pressure, but because of positioning. The man who masters this creates atmosphere, rhythm, and direction. The woman responds not because she's convinced, but because she's led. That is how you become the man who gets what he wants, not by begging, but by understanding the invisible game. The man who controls his value controls the interaction. Every man must reach a point where posture precedes intention. Women respond to what you represent, not to what you want. When you enter centered, your energy steady, and your words born from a firm inner axis, female behavior changes without you raising your voice or proving anything. You don't ask for respect. You become someone impossible to ignore. The transformation in this video is concrete, not abstract. You leave patterns of anxiety, doubt, and constant validation behind. You enter the territory of calculated masculine direction. You notice women don't seek perfection, but emotional stability. They don't follow explanations. They follow presence and rhythm. Recalibrate your body, voice, posture, and intention. Their responses shift from chaotic to predictable. The central thesis is unshakable. Getting what you want isn't manipulation. It's emotional control, strategic communication, and rhythm. Enter any environment with silent authority. Make people, especially women, feel your presence before hearing your words. You don't dominate by speaking too much. You dominate by transmitting consistency. Consistency is rare. Rarity is value. Value is power, Machiavelli summarized. Men judge more by eyes than by touch. What you show outweighs what you say. The female mind responds to impact, not explanation. Your silent behavior communicates far more about your value than any argument. A woman senses when you control your energy and when you don't. Micro-tensions reveal it before you even notice your own breathing. Every detail matters. Shoulder adjustments, speech cadence, pauses, jaw movement, gaze focus. Nothing is irrelevant. Every gesture communicates either value or neediness. Your next step starts now. Apply the fundamental principles: firm posture, slowed rhythm, clear direction, and implicit command. Each element builds perception layers that work silently in your favor. When behavior aligns with inner value, you stop reacting to the environment and start shaping it. This is the turning point, from reactive to proactive. If you want to deepen strategies, learn advanced seduction techniques, and master social dynamics, the Code of Seduction provides the full method. It teaches the psychological game of attraction, how women truly decide, and how to develop presence that influences, leads, and creates desire effortlessly. The link is in the description and pinned comment. This is the next step to becoming the kind of man who not only understands the game, but controls it. You no longer ask like someone who begs. You act like someone who understands the invisible rules. The man who controls his own value controls every interaction. Posture comes before intention. Women respond to what you represent, not what you want. Entering centered, steady, and aligned, female behavior shifts automatically. You do not need to raise your voice or prove anything. You become impossible to ignore. You leave behind anxiety, doubt, and constant validation. You step into calculated masculine direction. Women respond to stability, not perfection. They follow rhythm, presence, and internal axis, not speeches or explanations. Recalibrate your body, voice, posture, and intention, and their responses become predictable. The core principle: success with women is not manipulation. It's emotional control, strategic communication, and silent authority. You dominate not by talking more, but by transmitting consistency. Consistency is rare. Rarity is value. Value is power. Women sense micro-tensions instantly. Your posture, rhythm, and pauses communicate leadership or neediness. Every gesture matters. Align shoulders, control cadence, pause naturally, focus your gaze. Nothing is irrelevant. Apply firm posture, slowed rhythm, clear direction, and implicit command. Each builds silent perception of value. Behavior aligned with inner value shifts you from reactive to proactive, shaping the environment, not following it. Master this and women respond not because they're persuaded, but because they're led. Presence, rhythm, and direction replace anxiety and begging. Your value becomes visible before a word is spoken. Consistency, alignment, and internal axis create authority that cannot be ignored. The Code of Seduction shows the complete method: influence, leadership, and desire without force or explanation. This is how a man becomes someone who naturally gets what he wants, through presence, silent authority, and emotional control.